Randy Marion wants to buy your car. If you have an extra vehicle sitting in your driveway today, come bring them to Randy Marion Chevrolet stores in Statesville. We want to buy it. We will give you top dollar, give you what you're looking for, and get rid of that extra car in the driveway. Come see us today, Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville and Randy Marion Ford Lincoln.
Everyone, welcome back here on the Scoreboard. It's a wonderful Tuesday. A little bit rainy out there, huh? Man, we're sitting back here in the studio. News Drive at 5 is going on, and all of a sudden, the lights are flashing in here. Whew. I hope everybody's doing all right in this impromptu storm. It kind of came out of nowhere, and by the time you knew it was here, it was gone. 844-STUDIO-4, that's 844-788-3464 to get you right here onto the Scoreboard. This is, it's my third hour on the air today. If you didn't listen this morning, I was, privileged enough to take the reins on the home ad show for the day. So did 2 hours there this morning, and now we get to do another hour on sports. It's a good day to talk about sports, too. It's a Tuesday, so a little bit slower in terms of things going on in the world, but it is a big news day in that case. So some of the things on tap for today: high school baseball still going on, some games from last night, some games coming up today, and what the schedule looks like for the remainder of the week. Also, NASCAR Cup Series. We talked about their race at COTA over the weekend. COTA, C-O-T-A, Circuit of the Americas. Dominated by one William Byron. We have a little bit more on that race coming up here later on. Also, it is a big NFL news day. Never would have thought that late in March, when we're going full on with the NCAA, March Madness, NCAA tournament. No, the NFL, they come back and they say, hey, we are going to steal some headlines here. It is a top headline. And look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If the NFL wanted to, if they were really interested in this, they could own the sports news cycle Monday through Friday, 8 to 9, 365 days a year. If they wanted to, they absolutely could. And with the news that they released today, it just goes to show anytime they release something, it's going to make some headlines. So we will have some NFL things to talk about. Also, the NHL season is dwindling down to the end. We are getting so close to those Stanley Cup playoffs. And I've told you this before, and I'm going to say it again. I still am a firm believer that the Stanley Cup playoffs are the best postseason in sports. Second, March Madness. I don't even care where you go after that because they're all kind of good after that. There's no bad postseasons. Well, I take that back. Some people are not very happy with NASCAR having a postseason, so. Speaking of the Carolina Hurricanes, they have 10 games remaining in their season. Tonight, they will be in action yet again as they head to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. Meanwhile, the team in front of them in the standings, the New York Rangers, will be hosting the third team in the Metropolitan, that being the Philadelphia Flyers. Both of those games starting at 7 o'clock. We'll see what other things we can get into here. Long day on the Scoreboard. We got a lot of time left, but we do have to get into the high school sports scene because there's a lot going on. The baseball season it's been weird. It's just been an interesting season because it seems like most of the teams in this area are not off to a good start. South Iredell, Lake Norman, those are the two best teams in the area right now. Other than that, everybody is just hovering right around 500 or so. So to start this off, we're actually not going to talk about a singular local team just yet. We're going to take a look at the state rankings for baseball and let you know who is doing good in the area. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Some of you may remember South Mecklenburg down in Charlotte. They're ranked number 10 in North Carolina right now. Number one team in the state, Wayne Country Day in Goldsboro, 12-0 to start their year. That's up in Goldsboro, North Carolina. The Wayne Country Day Chargers, as they're known. They are the top-ranked team in the state of North Carolina. Looking around the area, some teams are making this list of ranked schools. Charlotte Christian down in Charlotte, ranked number 25. We also, let's see if anybody moved up any, because I know we got a couple of teams there in the 50s. Speaking of South Iredell, who is ranked 53rd. Rankings haven't changed just yet. They're still kind of sitting the same. I'm honestly not too terribly sure what day they're updated, but I believe it's every Monday, as it says the last time that this was updated was on Monday. So just going to go with that as fact. Also ranked is Lake Norman. They're 73rd. Those are the only two teams relatively close in the area. I mean, we got North Lincoln at 65, East Lincoln at 75. So there are other schools just outside of our grasp that are sitting in the rankings, but we want to make sure we give a shout out to all the schools in the area, including Davie High School out in Mocksville. St. Stephen's in Hickory, they are ranked 95th in the state of North Carolina. But as we look towards the schools that are around us, we'll start with Mooresville. They have not had a good team, and this is going to be common for a majority of the teams in the area, actually. They have had a really rough start to the year, not looking anything like they did during the football or basketball seasons. The baseball season off to a really tough start, 1-10 overall, 0-4 in the conference. That one win of the year came against South Rowan. South Rowan up in China Grove, they sit at 4-5 in the Southern Piedmont 3A division. That's really the only team that plays them in the area. But 1-10 for Mooresville. Their next game is going to be on the road. They'll be heading to West Rowan. That coming up on Friday. And then on Saturday, they start a tournament with East Rowan at 7 o'clock. Told you Lake Norman was ranked pretty well in the state of North Carolina. They are still ranked 72nd in the state, and that's thanks to their 7-4 record, 3-1 in the conference, and they have been on a cruise lately. They're actually playing right now against West Cabarrus. We're going to go to a commercial break. I'll see if I can find an update on this score for you because I believe it should have gone final. So stay tuned. We got plenty of scoreboard left to go, and we're going to keep talking about high school baseball on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this.
This guy knows his sports, right? There's more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg on the way on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, don't expect much rain tonight, but a few scattered showers as we work our way through the evening and into the overnight hours. Temperatures don't cool down all that much, dipping down into the upper 40s around the lake overnight. Wednesday will be our best chance of rain for the week, and it won't be a constant rain or steady rain all day. Just be ready for a scattered shower possible really at any point throughout the day. Temperatures into the low 60s for Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday looks like we'll stay mainly dry. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. This Saturday, come enjoy Birkdale's first ever Easter egg hunt. Collect 10 eggs and then trade them in for special treats. The event is open to the public. No registration is required. There will be 2 hunts so all our little friends can have some fun. Egg hunt for ages 3 and under starts at 9 a.m. For ages 3 to 7, the hunt will start at 10 a.m. Saturday, Birkdale's first ever Easter egg hunt. Wagyu meatballs? French onion soup? Tomahawk ribeye? Epic Chop House is open again. Come out and have an amazing time in downtown Mooresville. For the best experience, a reservation is recommended. To schedule your reservation, visit epicchophouse.com. You can also call 704-230-1720. That's 704-230-1720. Welcome back, Epic Chop House. epicchophouse.com. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts. Pottery for Teens, Paint, 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 Broadway Through the Ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN Merlefest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen every morning to Good Morning LKN and follow WSIC News on Instagram for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Does your business provide coffee for employees or customers? Black Powder Coffee can supply you with fresh roasted coffee, a variety of daily signature blends including flavored coffees such as cinnamon roll and Kahlua and cream. We even have bourbon-infused coffee in collaboration with Southern Distilling Company. Visit blackpowdercoffee.com or stop by and see us at 261 Rolling Hill Road in Mooresville. Black Powder Coffee.
It's the Scoreboard with your host, Sports Director Joe Berg on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Welcome back. Segment number 2 here today on the Scoreboard, 844 Studio 4. That's 844-788-3464. We are continuing our high school baseball talk into the second segment here, and I told you I would be working diligently during that commercial break to get you a score for Lake Norman as they were on the road today taking on West Cabarrus. And actually, during the break, the final score did come in. Lake Norman taking down West Cabarrus 10-5. For Lake Norman, that is their 7th consecutive victory. They're 8-4. So that tells you all you need to know. They started the year with an 11-1 loss to Huff High School. Small loss against Myers Park, 3-2, but a loss is a loss. Their first win came against South Iredell. Then they dropped a game to South Iredell, lost to South Mecklenburg in 9 innings. And then since then, they have gone on quite the tear. Only one time did they score less than 5 runs during this winning streak. That was at the end of last week against A.L. Brown, and they still won that game 2-0. So Lake Norman, a very good team. By the way, I told you Huff High School, they beat them pretty bad earlier in the year, 11-1. Right now, Lake Norman is actually ranked higher than Huff High School. Huff High School is ranked better than Lake Norman. Huff is directly behind South Iredell. South Iredell 53, Huff 54, whereas Lake Norman 72. But 7 consecutive victories now for Lake Norman. Now, I'm seeing on Max Prep which is, the website. Everybody knows that website. If you follow college sports, that's where, or high school sports, I should say, that is where you get your information from. It says on here that Lake Norman is playing West Cabarrus again today at 6:30. I'm not sure how accurate that is. That's a little bit confusing to me that you can have a home and home on the same day for high schoolers. But you never know. The first game was earlier in the day. It's already gone final. I'm just Concord to Mooresville, man, in one day to play 2 games. I'm going to need to find some clarification on that because I did not see that in the schedule earlier. It could just be a reporting glitch here on Max Preps, but according to this, they have another game later today against West Cabarrus again. So I don't know. We'll see what we can find out about that. That's definitely an interesting quirk to the schedule. But after today, they take on Providence tomorrow at 6:30, and then over the weekend, they start a tournament as well, playing Butler High School down in Matthews. Statesville High School's woes continue. They have not had a good baseball season, and honestly, it is one to forget. As yesterday, they took on Ford High School, dropping that game 8-4. Another conference game lost. That's 0-4 in conference and 0-6 overall. We're still looking for Statesville to get that first baseball win of the year, and they have a chance to do it today. It's against a pretty decent team, though, in North Lincoln, who's ranked 65th in the state of North Carolina. 6-3 on the year. They take on Statesville High School today. Man, I don't know how that one's going to go. It's going to be tough, but we'll see. We'll see what they can do there. That game today, 7 o'clock is what the first pitch is scheduled for. North Iredell, they also have had a rough start to their season, 3-5 on the year. 2-2 in the conference, and they've had such a streaky year, just continuing to win, continuing to lose. They won their first game of the year, then they lost 3 in a row, then they won 2, and now they've lost 2 in a row. So you can see right there, that's a pretty streaky run for North Iredell High School. But 3-5, they are ranked 300th in the state of North Carolina. Not a great start to the season there, but they are a little bit higher ranked than Statesville, who's down in the 450s. Like I said, not a good start to the season for Statesville High School. Now tomorrow, North Iredell has a chance to get back on the win train. Now they've gotten shut out in their last 2 games. Last week, at the end of the week against East Lincoln, 10-0. And yesterday against Forbush, 6-0. Tomorrow they're on the road against St. Stephen's. Problem for them is St. Stephen's is a very good baseball team. Still looking to get back on the win track. They're going to have to win eventually. You got to beat the good teams to get anywhere. So for North Iredell, they'll be looking to bring that record a little bit closer to 500 tomorrow against St. Stephen's. Now we get to West Iredell High School. This is the team that just, they don't know what they want to do, it seems. You lost the first 3 of the season. Then you win the next 3 in the season. Then you go loss, win, loss, loss. Now today, it seems like they are in action. Games should be getting close to final as the first pitch was 4:30. But right now, West Iredell at 4-6 taking on Hickory High School. And as I'm looking for the update on this game, I'm just refreshing like crazy because this game should be getting close to final. Like I said, the first pitch was around 4:30. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on this one. I might keep this up in the background just to see if it does go final while we're here on the scoreboard. That way I can give you that final score. But as of right now, I don't have a final score So we'll continue to take a look at it. Now, later on in the week, West Iredell is going to be taking on North Lincoln at 7 o'clock. Not tomorrow, but Thursday for that game. And last, certainly not least, actually, one of the best in the area, South Iredell. They did not have a great football season. They did not have a good basketball season at all. But baseball season coming around and South Iredell starting to perform. They have a game today. They are actually on the road today against Hickory Ridge. First pitch around 6:45, and then on Thursday they're home against Hickory Ridge. So a home and home for Statesville and Hickory Ridge here. And this is one that we're going to really want to keep an eye on because this 4A Greater Metro Conference is a mess. It really is. You have Hickory Ridge and Cox Mill both at 4-0 in the conference. Then you got Lake Norman at 4-1 and South Iredell at 3-1. So between the top 4 teams in the conference, we're talking 15-2 for those teams. That's the top 4 teams in the 4A Greater Metro have all combined for a record of 15-2. The bottom 3 teams in the same conference have combined for an 0-13 record. A.L. Brown 0-4, West Cabarrus 0-5, and Mooresville also 0-4. This is a big baseball game right here. I know it's still early in the season, but you're playing 2 games in a row against a team ahead of you in the conference standings, a chance to really show that you belong in the conversation. Now, let's take this with a grain of salt, but Hickory Ridge, North Carolina ranking is 102. South Iredell's North Carolina ranking is 52. So South Iredell, they are a little bit better ranked there than Hickory Ridge, but we'll see. That's why you play the games, because the games aren't on paper. So like I said, I'm going to continue to keep an eye on this West Iredell score, see if anything comes final while we are here on the scoreboard. They are playing Hickory High School right now. 4-6 is West Iredell. We're coming up on our second break of the day here. Let you know what to look forward to on the other side of that break. We're going to talk a little NASCAR on the other side of things. Little bit more of a take from Circuit of the Americas and things that have happened in the last day or two. And then also, we got to get to this NFL situation. Oh my goodness. What is the NFL doing with their rules? They are absolutely just changing everything. And here's my problem. The new rule is completely changing things. Not a tweak, not a, hey, why don't we try this? This is a change. So you're going to have to stay tuned to hear about that one. But we do have still half a show left to go here today. Plenty of time to call in, 844-STUDIO-4. That's 844-788-3464. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this.
Keep it right here. We'll have more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg in just a moment from 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, don't expect much rain tonight, but a few scattered showers as we work our way through the evening and into the overnight hours. Temperatures don't cool down all that much, dipping down into the upper 40s around the lake overnight. Wednesday will be our best chance of rain for the week, and it won't be a constant rain or steady rain all day. Just be ready for a scattered shower possible really at any point throughout the day. Temperatures into the low 60s for Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday looks like we'll stay mainly dry. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
WSIC is looking for the best teacher in all of Lake Norman.
Oh, it's definitely our teacher.
Then go to WSIC's Instagram page and cast your vote. A winner will be picked each month on Good Morning LKN.
Brought to you by Nina's Boutique and Brighter Smiles of Davidson. Has anybody seen our teacher?
She's definitely accepting her award.
Here's a WSIC Business Minute with local entrepreneur and host of Local Biz Now, Joe Vagnone.
Based on the Web Guys, a top international website design firm, one of the most important pages to get right is the About page. Your About page is a powerful tool to showcase your unique story and define your differences between competitors. Share values and beliefs that resonate with them. Craft an engaging narrative using visuals that convey your brand's mission and vision. Invest time in creating a captivating About page. Let it reflect your company's personality and values. Make sure it's visually appealing, easy to read. Feature team photos, bios, highlight your company's history, and showcase awards and achievements. I mean, after all, not everybody can be Joe.
This has been a WSIC Business Minute with Joe Vagnone. Listen for tips on how to improve your business daily on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced. Call now. If the lines are busy, please call back.
Call the Home Warranty Hotline now at 800-826-9149, 800-826-9149, 800-826-9149. That's 800-826-9149.
Are you 60 plus and love to travel? Introducing the Senior Travel Discount Network, brought to you by Low Cost Airlines. Call us anytime, day or night, and save up to 75% on your airline and hotel reservations. We can help you save a ton of money to fly almost anywhere. We have inside discounts on over 500 airlines and 500,000 hotels worldwide. And when you call and mention the discount code 60 plus, we'll give you an extra free night with your qualified air and hotel reservation. Now you can get the best prices on air and hotel reservations with your phone. We make it easy and fast for you to save money and book a trip. Remember, call the Senior Travel Discount Network, mention the discount code 60 plus for your free hotel night with your qualified reservation. Call now.
210-503-7591, 210-503.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. President Biden says the federal government should pay to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore that collapsed overnight. The bridge catastrophe poses a fresh challenge for the U.S. as it halts shipping traffic at one of the most important ports on the East Coast, potentially snarling supply chains and driving up the cost of consumer goods. Clearing and constructing a new bridge is expected to cost billions of dollars. And it's already offered in Austin, Indianapolis, Miami, Phoenix, and Seattle. And now Amazon is expanding same-day prescription delivery to New York and Los Angeles. It's part of Amazon's eventual ambition to make prescription delivery as quick and as widespread as delivery of items bought on its website. To date, online pharmacies lag far behind other categories of e-commerce in public adoption, although it's more popular with younger than older adults. Stocks closed lower on Wall Street. The Dow fell 31 points. The Nasdaq lost 69. The S&P dipped 15. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
Talk sports with Joe Berg. Call 844-STUDIO-4. It's the Scoreboard on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is now the second half of the Scoreboard here on this Tuesday. It's time to get into some NASCAR talk, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Cup Series racing from Circuit of the Americas over the weekend. Truck Series racing from Circuit of the Americas. Xfinity racing from COTA. Everybody went road course racing this weekend. And boy, did we have some interesting things happen. Now, there's talk today about Chase Elliott and the penalties that he accrued during the race. And I was listening to Elton Sawyer. Now, Elton is he's with the competition committee in NASCAR. He said they don't want to over-officiate COTA, but they had to penalize Elliott because he kept going over the track limits. Now, I get it. I do. And, you know, I listened to the excerpt of him on SiriusXM earlier today talking about, yeah, you know, Chase Elliott was just exceeding the track limits. They only put limits on one part of the track, and that was through the S's. Other than that, have fun. Use as much track as you want. And the thing that was said by Elton there, Mr. Sawyer, if you will, is that, he kept exceeding the track limits, and the team would come to them and say, don't penalize us, we got loose. Or don't penalize us, he just wheel hopped, he didn't mean to do it. And he used a really, really good example in explaining why he was penalized. Because apparently, this is talk. I've seen this online. People are upset that Elliott kept getting penalized. And I don't get it. Man, he broke the rules. That's what happens when you do that. So the analogy that he used was for March Madness is basketball, right? When the defender is playing and the offensive player drives to the net and puts up a shot and the defensive player commits a foul, 9 times out of 10, they didn't mean to commit that foul, but they did. I hear this a lot in hockey, believe it or not. I find it so funny, is a tripping call. I didn't mean to trip him, obviously, but it's still a penalty. Chase Elliott, yeah, maybe you didn't mean to exceed the track limits, but you did, so you have to be penalized for it. That's how sports work. So I don't understand. I don't know where the confusion on that is, but I find that to be quite comical. You know what else I find to be comical is the amount of love that Chase Elliott has been getting in the odds to win cup races. We talked about it at the end of the last year a lot. Like, he kept getting second, third best odds to win a race. And I was like, he hasn't won a race all year. He had the second best odds for Circuit of the Americas. He didn't show up. I don't know where all this love is coming from for Chase Elliott. I really don't, but in my opinion, it's becoming undeserved. It's been a while since Chase Elliott's been to victory lane. It's been a while since he's been competitive to the point where, like, hey, Chase Elliott with a chance to win the race this weekend. How about it? It's been a long time. You know, he had that good year. He won a championship off of NASCAR making up a rule, and now he's just kind of fading a little bit. And more young guns are coming into the sport every day. I mean, look at Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has had an incredible year. Look at all the rookies this year. Look at all the younger guys this year. A lot of them are having great seasons. And maybe not great, but better than we expected. Like Carson Hocevar, we see him in the top 15 often. I didn't expect that from Carson Hocevar. At least not this year in the equipment that he's in. He drives for Spire. Now, Spire's okay. They're not a bad, they're like a tier 2 organization, in my opinion. You got Hendrick and Gibbs at the top. Those are the number 1 and 2. And then Penske, you got, I don't even know if we can call Stewart-Haas Racing second-tier team anymore because they have been bad. Even RCR, like that's been a bad team recently. They have not had much going on. But nonetheless, I still pick Kyle Busch to win the championship. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling something good is going to happen for Kyle Busch, and he's going to get himself another championship. Maybe his luck turns around at Richmond, which is where the NASCAR Cup Series heads this weekend. So, on Sunday, we go to Richmond, Virginia. The Wheel and Modified Tour, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series all will be competing. So this is another Sunday, another Easter Sunday that the NASCAR Cup Series will be racing on. The Toyota Owners 400 from Richmond at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock. You can catch it right here on WSIC, presented by MRN this weekend. Yes, the Motor Racing Network back broadcasting the races this week. Somebody who's had a really tough start to the season is Austin Cindric. Now, I don't know how many people expected him to get off to a fiery start here, but looking at the standings and finding Austin Cindric sitting in P19 in a Penske car might not be what you expected. And unfortunately for him, we're going to a track in Richmond that he hasn't had much success in. Here is Cindric on why Richmond has been such a struggle for him in the Cup Series.
It's a very difficult racetrack, a challenging race from a strategy standpoint, long green flag runs. It's a tough track, but I really do enjoy Richmond. So I am looking forward to going there. I feel like kind of get our heads wrapped around the short track package a little bit. So certainly not discouraged, but it's a racetrack where you can't hide if you have a weakness or an issue throughout the race. And it's a racetrack where veterans, really perform well. Not to say that I can't with my experience level, but it is a track that I actually feel somewhat confident about what I need to do with the car and how I need to take care of the race and how the track moves and so on. Just kind of putting it together still is yet to happen at Richmond for me in a Cup car.
And we talked about it a little bit during Bristol. Was this short track is hard to hide. Richmond, Martinsville, Bristol. It's hard to hide at these tracks because if you want to find a spot in the back a little bit and just ride around for a few laps, one of two things is going to happen. You're not going to be able to do it because cars are going to be everywhere. It's a short track. There's not a lot of room. And second of all, if you're in the back, the leader is going to get to you fast. So you really can't ride around and buy time. You have to be pushing all race long because it's such a short track, Richmond. You're in danger of going a lap down. If you start in the rear of the field and let's say you have a really fast race car, but you just can't make passes, you're going to be in trouble. So there's really nowhere to hide at Richmond, and we'll see what happens when we get there this weekend. Plenty of previewing of Richmond that we will be able to do during the week, but we got to get to our final break of the day, and we're going to move on. When we get back, it's time to talk about the NFL and the changes that have been approved so far for this year. Then we'll see if we have time. We'll talk about the NHL. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here on the scoreboard for one more segment. One more segment today. We're back after this.
More of Sports Director Joe Berg's The Scoreboard is coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, don't expect much rain tonight, but a few scattered showers as we work our way through the evening and into the overnight hours. Temperatures don't cool down all that much, dipping down into the upper 40s around the lake overnight. Wednesday will be our best chance of rain for the week, and it won't be a constant rain or steady rain all day. Just be ready for a scattered shower possible really at any point throughout the day. Temperatures into the low 60s for Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday looks like we'll stay mainly dry. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. This Saturday, come enjoy Birkdale's first ever Easter egg hunt. Collect 10 eggs and then trade them in for special treats. The event is open to the public. No registration is required. There will be 2 hunts so all our little friends can have some fun. Egg hunt for ages 3 and under starts at 9 a.m. For ages 3 to 7, the hunt will start at 10 a.m. Saturday, Birkdale's first ever Easter egg hunt. Wagyu meatballs? French onion soup? Tomahawk ribeye? Epic Chop House is open again. Come out and have an amazing time in downtown Mooresville. For the best experience, a reservation is recommended. To schedule your reservation, visit epicchophouse.com. You can also call 704-230-1720. That's 704-230-1720. Welcome back, Epic Chop House. epicchophouse.com. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts. Pottery for Teens, Paint, Broadway Through the Ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN-arts.org. MuralFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at muralfest.org. Listen every morning to Good Morning LKN and follow WSIC News on Instagram for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Happening now at Randy Marion Ford Chevrolet in Statesville.
You know Randy Marion is always the place to buy your new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, but how about Randy Marion wants to buy your car? If you have an extra vehicle sitting in your driveway today, come bring them to Randy Marion Chevrolet stores in Statesville. We want to buy it. We will give you top dollar, give you what you're looking for, and get rid of that extra car in the driveway. Come see us today, Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville and Randy Marion Ford Lincoln.
Now more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, hello and welcome back to the final segment on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. I don't know, is it still afternoon or at 6 o'clock is it considered evening? I mean, it's still, the sun's still out, so. You know, all of you fans of the sun going down at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to start making you say that 9 o'clock is still in the afternoon because the sun's still out. We're not there yet. That's like a summer thing, but I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it. I cannot stand when that happens. I don't know. It's just me. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464 gets you right here onto the Scoreboard during this final segment. Got about 10 minutes, so if you want to chat, call me up. All right, let's look at what's going on in the NFL. A couple of things were announced today. Number one, that game in Brazil that we talked about that's going to be going on this year, well, it will be broadcast exclusively by Peacock. Yes, the streaming service will have the regular season game. A reminder to you, they had a playoff game last year. You had to buy Peacock to watch it, unless you know how to, use the back doors. Anyway, I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word. Anyway, Peacock is going to get a regular season game. They will get the game in Sao Paulo. And Amazon has now been given the rights to broadcast one playoff game starting this year, not stopping anytime soon is what the report is. So a little bit of change to your viewing habits here. Amazon is another streaming service. They're going to get a playoff game, so you're going to have Amazon. You already need to have it to see Thursday Night Football exclusively on Amazon. So you might as well get a playoff game out of it too, right? Right. Also, the NFL will be playing games on every day of the week except for Tuesday this year. Now, it's not going to be like that every week. I'm not saying weeks 1 through 18 are going to be Wednesday through Tuesday games or whatever it is. But the NFL announced today that games on Christmas Day will continue. Even though 2 of the matchups fall on a Wednesday, even though the holiday falls on a Wednesday, there will be 2 games scheduled for Christmas Day this year. So for the 5th year in a row, the NFL will be playing on Christmas. Started in 2020 with the Vikings and the Saints. 2021, 2022, and 2023 all featured multiple games on Christmas Day. Before 2020, we had 2016 and 2017 had Christmas Day games, but it's because it landed on a Sunday and a Monday. It's not like the NFL went, hey, we're going to go play a Wednesday game on Christmas this year. Well, that's exactly what they're doing this year. Wednesday night Christmas special. Anything for the money, am I right? Anything for the money. We'll play a football game on Wednesday. How about that for a short rest? Imagine being the team that gets the Wednesday game and then you got to go play Sunday. Or even better, imagine playing Sunday and then having to play again on Wednesday. But player safety is the number one priority, which, it is why it was approved, the new NFL kickoff procedure. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. They've completely changed the way you start a football game. And I'm going to yell this until I lose my voice. Why are you changing a play and creating a completely fake play that never happens in the NFL, where the ball is at one place, the line of scrimmage-ish is at another place, and there's all these rules about where the ball lands? 4th and 15 from the 30-yard line for the team that scores the either a touchdown or a field goal, and you can decide to punt or go for it. And going for it that's your onside kick. I don't know why they're making it so hard, but I do think that it's going to increase the amount of kick returns, because here's the deal with the new kickoff. They moved the touchback line yet again. So everybody remembers it was a few years ago now. It was the 20-yard line for a touchback on a kickoff. They moved it up to the 25-yard line. The proposal was for a touchback now to be brought to the 35-yard line, but they went back on that a little bit and they said the new kickoff format, a touchback is at the 30-yard line. Now, here's where it gets weird, and I don't know if I am still completely in the know with how the new kickoff procedure is going to work. This is something that the XFL did a few years ago, by the way, before they were even affiliated with the NFL, when they were doing their own weird stuff. If the kicking team kicks it off and the ball is caught or lands in the end zone, it is a touchback to the 30-yard line. If the kickoff bounces in between the goal line and the 20-yard line and goes into the end zone, it comes out to the 20-yard line. Nobody's allowed to move until somebody touches the ball after it's kicked. And the teams are going to line up across from each other 30 yards down the field. There's other changes too. We're going to have to break down that new kickoff procedure as we get closer to the NFL season. Because I promise you, week 1, Thursday night football, the Chiefs are going to go to kickoff. Somebody's going to look at their TV screen and go, what are they doing? Why are they lined up like that? So as we get closer to the NFL season, we're going to revisit this. That way you know, and you'll be in the know. When you go to your opening day NFL party, say, hey, watch this new kickoff in case you didn't know. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to help you show off a little. Yeah, listen to the scoreboard. Get an education. Some other changes that were made today, and these are actually all changes that have been approved. Prohibition of the swivel hip drop tackle, which we talked about yesterday. Allowing teams to receive a third challenge after one successful challenge. Previously, teams had to be successful on 2 challenges to receive a third. So now instead of having to be 100%, you only have to be 50% and you get an extra challenge flag. Here's another rule, and I'm still trying to make sure I understand this one. Maybe talking through it slowly with you guys will help. If there is a double foul during a down in which there is a change or changes of possession, including if one of the fouls is a post-possession foul by a team during a scrimmage kick, the team last gaining possession will keep the ball after enforcement for its foul, provided it did not foul before gaining possession. That's a little wordy. That is a little wordy. Okay, basically this is saying, I don't really know. I mean, I get it, but if there's multiple fouls during a change of possession and there is a turnover, the team that has the ball had to have had the ball before they got penalized because it's a double foul. Fouls on both teams. Then it's enforced and they would, I don't know. What about fumbling the ball out of the end zone? I know that was a hot topic for a long time. I still think it should be a touchback. I don't think because you fumbled the ball, you shouldn't be penalized. Hold on to the rock. I know that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on today. Anyway, we're coming to get to the end of the program here today. Let's get a little bit of this day in sports history. On this day, and I saw one earlier today. Where did it go? I had one queued up and ready to go, and I can't find it now. And we're coming to the end of the show. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in today. You've been listening to The Scoreboard. I had a really good this day in sports history, but I don't know where it went. And I'm just scrolling through all the other ones. I'm like, where'd it go? All right, let's see if we can get you one. We'll get you one. One this day in sports history. Anything random. Here we go. 1991, the Orlando Thunder beat the San Antonio Raiders in their first WLAF game, 35-34. There you go. This day in sports history, 1991. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. I appreciate it as always. Catch me here tomorrow, same time, 6 to 7 o'clock. For now, as there will be a change with the scoreboard. We'll talk more about that tomorrow and a little later in the week. But thanks for tuning in today. Hope everybody enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a good night, everyone.